Hola! So, Citrus is a manga, I guess. Indeed, Citrus is a manga by Saburouta and it was serialized from 2012 until 2018. And before I tell you what it's about and what I think about it, let me warn you, I'm gonna spoil the whole thing probably, so if you plan on reading it, then better not watch this. The manga also got an anime adaptation, which I haven't seen yet, but probably will because I hate myself. So you can probably already tell that I'm not loving this manga, but I'm not here to only shit on it. So let's talk about the plot first. This manga is a pretty simple love story between two high school girls. And when I first read it and saw secret love affair with my sister written underneath the title, I was like, I got scared, because that's not how I roll. Thank God they're not related, so it's all good. Okay, so it starts with Yuzu, a typical gyaru, you know the ones, transferring to her new school. And once she gets there, she's basically told to change her whole appearance, because none of her accessories or dyed hair or her phone are allowed on the schoolyard or in the whole school. Yuzu refuses to give up some of her things at first, but then the Seito Kaito, I think that's the head of the student council, right? Who seems to be rather strict and earnest, forces her to. Yuzu learns from a classmate that the Kaito is always super busy and leads a, in my opinion, very sucky life. Like, she doesn't have time for anything that's remotely fun, let alone dating. Anyways, she forgets about her and starts thinking about the hot teacher instead. And by the way, I feel like in girls love manga, the men always look really ugly, just like women do usually in BL, or is that just me? Whatever. Yuzu then catches the Kaichu and the hot teacher kissing. She's shocked, but you know, well, what is she supposed to do? She comes home and her mother greets her. The mother is remarried and seems to be really happy now. And so while they're still talking, the mother mentions casually that her new husband's daughter is gonna be living with them from now on. Because, you know, that's not something you discuss as a family beforehand. And of course, the daughter turns out to be the Kaicho, who is called Mei. Yuzu wants to get along with Mei, but she's kind of distant and cold, so Yuzu tries teasing her with what she had seen earlier with the teacher. And like any normal person would, Mei kisses Yuzu to prove to her that a kiss is nothing special at all, and people do it all the time. Yuzu immediately catches feelings, and from then on, the two of them find themselves in more or less erotic situations. From then on, their relationship starts to develop, and all sorts of drama arises, well, until obviously they get together. Okay, so what up? The story dragged on for longer than it should have. Characters I didn't care about at all were introduced, and they had their own little arcs which I didn't care about as well. And conflicts, looking at you, hot teacher, were resolved in the cheapest manner, kind of like a sitcom where everything is resolved within the hour. And this format can work very well in comedy, but not so much in drama if you ask me. But then again, Citrus doesn't exactly read serious to me, although it tries to tackle some serious issues. And now about the two main characters. You don't always have to understand why a person feels certain things for somebody, as long as the chemistry is there when you see them together. And then you get why they're with each other, right? And even though Yuzu would talk about Mei and like explain what's so great about her or what's fascinating about her, it was just like, okay, but you know, why? Because I feel that Mei is such a, I don't know, very flat and one-dimensional character. I don't know. They weren't detestable or anything to me, you know, but just not really charming. I probably liked Yuzu the most because most of the story was told from her point of view, which is why you can relate to her more because you know the most about her. Anyways, I also thought the pacing was all over the place. It's like the author had an idea and then drew some of it and then had another idea, but hey, they still had to conclude the idea from before. So they did it somehow and then quickly moved on to the next idea. So resolving all these issues too quickly just made it really hard for me to put myself in their positions, you know? What was enjoyable to me was that it's a rather light story. You know, it's something that I would read in the morning while drinking coffee because I'm not really awake enough yet to process some deep shit. So it's light entertainment and very cute. I'll give it that. The character design is just very sweet and innocent looking, and they had genuinely adorable moments too. Like when Yuzu made this notebook full of date ideas and stuff like that. I genuinely felt that that was adorable. And I love watching cute high school girls do cute things as much as anyone. But damn, 10 volumes of that kind of nothingness was just too much for me. In the end, I guess it just lacked real substance for me. And another thing, I thought that it was great to tackle some serious issues, you know, society-wise, and how society might view them and the problems that could arise in their relationship. But then again, the final struggle, for example, was resolved in a few pages, so I couldn't get emotionally invested in this at all. To me, it felt like all these very real problems were just mentioned in passing, as if they were something that you could overcome fairly easily, you know? It would be different if you decided to depict a society that was completely free of judgment, you know, I'd be on board with that. But trying to make things serious just so you have to write more stuff for a few chapters is just lame to me. In the end, everybody was accepting of their relationships, so I can appreciate that the author is trying to send a positive message at least. The fact that they got married in the end was also really cute in my opinion, even though they're too young, but you know, whatever. One more thing, I was a bit disappointed in how innocent it all was. I mean, I didn't happily anticipate the more mature content, but it was definitely what I expected. I also have to confess that this is my first girls love manga, so I'm not trying to shit on a whole genre here or anything, and I'm really open to suggestions. People have been recommending Bloom Into You to me, so I guess that's what I'm gonna be reading next as far as girls love goes. That's it for this week. I know this is a pretty popular series, but I can't be the only one disappointed by it. Again, I didn't hate it, I just couldn't get invested in their drama. It's just that there's a difference if you have drama that actually leads somewhere, you know, and not only, oh, I'm gonna create some unnecessary drama just so I have something to write about, just so I can expand the story and publish more volumes. Anyways, if you have any suggestions as far as this genre goes, I'll gladly look into them. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.